Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone. Welcome to the day four of the Thought Leadership Training Program organized by this Education Center. First of all, thank you so much for joining with us because today we're going to have, I think, the peak topic in our program because we're going to talk about thought leadership communication. And in today's session, we are truly privileged and honored to have a great trainer with us, Mr. Mike Littman from USA. He is founder and CEO of Mike International Consulting. Of course, he's also a thought leader, entrepreneurship coach, international speaker, author, and also he's the worthy of many awards that I cannot mention one by one. So please welcome Mr. Mike Littman. The stage is yours.
Highly appreciated, Coach Herdiana. You've been really putting a lot for a long time, and like we are connected. And I'm feeling so elated today and feeling full of energy. And I'm really excited to share some key insights. Definitely, I will share my story because today's topic is a burning topic because everyone want to know how to become a thought leader. Uh, and how to become the global thought leader because today we get a dream so big and I'm going to make sure like your next 45 minutes plus like it'll be your the most valuable time of your life. And I want to make sure like if you have a dream and if you really want to change this world, like I want to congratulate because today we're going to go into some details and we would love to know and I would love to share some key insights would definitely going to help you. So once upon a time, I knew like you knew that greatest guy, Jack Ma, the greatest human being, and like he's bringing a lot of greatest ideas about entrepreneurship and like he's introduced the greatest platform where the purchasers and exporters and importers they get onto that beautiful platform and the people are really they're busy dealing. And I want to tell you like today that Alibaba.com like he is having more than 70% transactions from the United States and he is getting like the more than 70% 80% revenues just from one technology that's we call M technology. It's a mobile technology. So I want to tell you today, like the world's the largest and the whopping, like it is getting really, the bringing the breathtaking bottom lines for its internal clients and external clients. And like I really know him personally, and I like him why because he's always dreaming big, and he is not dreaming about himself. Why? Because dreams are never personal. Dreams are always impersonal. It means like you got to dream about other people, and you want to become solution. So he's a great guy, like, and he is bringing greatest ideas for the humanity, and like he's becoming the greatest solution and bringing the greatest platform, like where people can have transactions and the people can buy. He's been dreaming for last decade. Like if you want to buy something from United States and at the same time, like even you are in Indonesia, you are in subcontinent, so you can buy some stuff like just in 74 hours or like that. So the point is like he's always dreaming big and he wants to help people because if you have a service heart and if you want to help people, I want to tell you I have a greatest news for such people. If you want to help people, if you have a service heart, then you are a thought leader. So your level of your dream is going to determine like you are the local thought leader or you're the global thought leader. So it's definitely up to you. So once upon a time, Jack, he was sitting in a restaurant and he was just eating. It was just in the early age because the first 3 years of Alibaba.com was so critical and so crucial. Why? Because when he invited all his friends and on a tea party, and he offered one idea that I want to start some internet business in China. So only one friend stayed out there, the other friends they left him. So it was a great time. So one person was there like to count on him. Well, so the first 3 years were so crucial. And one day he was eating his lunch in some restaurant, and one lady came up and he paid off uh, his bill. And he asked the lady, why are you paying my bill? And she said, "Why? Because I've been using your web, I've been using your platform for last couple of decades, and you've not been charging even a single penny for your services. So why can't I pay? So I feel that I must pay your bill because you are serving people. You're not charging even a single penny. So that's the point. If you come up and if you start dreaming about people, so people definitely they would come and help you. So that was the greatest example. And in today's world, Jack Ma is the world's. If you got to take top 10 people in thought leadership, so he is going to be in top three. Why? Because he is bringing greatest idea. But in his early times, he was struggling. He was just helping people. So likewise, if you have a service art and if you have one great idea, if you have one great solution to one big problem, I want to tell you, I have a breaking news. If you are watching this podcast, you are definitely a thought leader. So the level of problem is going to determine your level, okay, your level of success. So success, even is not personal. It's absolutely impersonal. Why? Because you're not dreaming about your personal numbers. You're not dreaming about your personal success. You are dreaming about other people's success. Like, it's a very beautiful quote. If you want to become billionaire, so at least like you need to make 10 people millionaire. So the point is, if you want to help people, if you want to make people successful, if you are dreaming about people, because life is not dreaming about yourself, it's about other people. If you're dreaming about other people, wow, that's great. You gotta be the great thought leader. Why? Because dreams are never personal, it's always impersonal. And you're born like to help humanity, you're born to make other people's life more conducive. And the real purpose of our life, is like to make our life to make this world a conducive place for our next generation. So if you born with some great idea, because a lot of people they even like searching for the great ideas, but ideas are always around you. You just have to pick up one idea. So, like, I have a great student, and she's always been thinking about helping humanity because the place where she's been growing up, she lost parents and other siblings and the most valuable people in her life. So the reason why, because they all were suffering from that contaminated water, and now she's so young, and she's decided like I would help people like to make I would make this environment neat and clean. Why? Because I can't see more people dying because of that pain. What I've been like, what I could see in my. So this is the greatest thing is like, a lot of people ask me, what's my dream? What can be my dream? So it's very simple. What should be my goal? So the answer is quite simple. Why? Because one big problem where you've been suffering from, and now you don't want people like to suffer from that problem, to suffer from that issue, and now you want to become a solution. Why? Because you can't see other people like suffering from it. So that's where your opportunities, that's where your ideas, that's where you're gonna be a thought leader. Leaders, at the end, leadership is a choice. Leaders always show the people way. They are like a sugar cane, because like the sugar cane story is amazing. Uh, if you see the plant of sugar cane, by the end of the day, if you see its full life, so by the end of the day, there's no sugar cane, but its sweetness is everywhere. All right. So leadership is a very much one-sided love. Why? Because you really think about people. You have a pain. You want to help humanity. You want to see humanity onto the next level. Well, so today it's a good opportunity to talk about the thought leadership, and especially if you allow me, like to add one beautiful word, the global thought leader. Why? Because you're born on the globe. You have no limitation. All right, so the thoughts are unlimited. So your one big idea is not just for one folk or one group or one group of people. It's for everyone on the globe because you're born on the globe. All right, so you gotta help. You are not just thinking about your own community or your own people or on your group or the family. No, everyone on the globe is your family member. So it means like you're the global person. It means you gotta help everyone. You gotta pick out one big problem and you gotta get its solution. So I've been going through multiple stories. Like you see, Sundar Pichai is the greatest thought leader in today's world. Why? Because when he was picked up by the Google, he was really suffering, and he came up with a different kind of ideologies. You know, what the greatest idea? Like one day he got late while he was going to attend a party, and his better half, like he approached to that party so early, but he lost the way because he was coming from the office. And what happened? He got late. So the party was ended right at 10 p.m. And the wife really came back home, and because he lost the way, so he got late. He couldn't show up in the party, so he came back home, and his better half was so annoyed, and she was so angry. She started to throw things stuff on him, and he was so panicked, and he decided, all right, so I gotta go tonight to my office. So he's been thinking like all night, and next morning he invited all the leaders mean all the company internal clients. So invited all the leaders, and we discussed with them that I have faced this big problem. So what is the solution? So they ultimately, like, they've been sitting together for 3 consecutive days, because in such great companies, there is no limitation. All right, so the people get on the boat and they just sit up, and they were just this is a great tycoon company working style. Well, when you hit the road, you see the car, your Google map is helping you, like, to go anywhere. So you now have the Google Navigator in your car, on your bike, or whatever you're driving. So it's going to help you, like, wherever you want to go. So as a leader, like, one big problem, like, you've been suffering from, and if you really feel, if you are uh, in winning the thing stuff, like on basis of feelings, I want to tell you, because of feelings, uh, we can create this new world. So all the greatest ideas always come from the feeling. So I've been so inspired from day one. Like the LinkedIn work, as Reid Hoffman is the greatest guy, came up with the greatest idea. He was the big zero. He was rejected by the all top great tycoon companies, including Microsoft, okay, the Facebook, and Yahoo, and other top companies. I have the same story with the Sundar Pichai, like he's been rejected. So I don't know why rejection always helps you, like, go up. So this is also the greatest quality in a thought leaders. Why? Because they never let down. They never give up, whatever the situation is. They are different human beings. They are so committed, and they have resilience. They are persistent with their goals and whatever they have in their mind and heart, and they're really, because they want to help humanity, and they have a pain. So it's quite easy. So in today's world, you see so many great philanthropists and scientists, and you see the Elon Musk, the greatest success story of the thought leadership, the greatest case study. And if you see Jen Com or the Larry, and if you see one of the greatest story, what always inspired me, because in past, Thomas Alva Edison, when he started Edison Company, the original name was the Edison Rockets. When they were working on the big gensets, so the electricity was so stuck, like, in one big unit. So it was the biggest challenge for the humanity. Why? Because if you create electricity in one place, it can transform more electricity, or it can be connect to other place. So Nikola Tesla, oh my God, is the greatest God, the greatest thought leader, I feel. Why? Because he brought a new shifting. He brought a 360-degree shifting. Why? Because he brought an idea, like, now you can transform, or you can transmit electricity from one unit to in multiple units. Now you see you have switchboards, and in one room there are so many units of electricity. So it was a greatest blessing. So it's all because of the greatest thought leaders. And personally, really have a gratitude for such greatest guy. And look how the greatest thought leaders think about their lives, and what's their approach, because they have a different approach. They are always scientific. They always the greatest leaders. They are always greatest readers because they gobble up a lot of information, and they always want to bring something new to this world. I feel like they have the greatest feeling for this universe. Like once Henry, he created uh, the Ford company CEO, the greatest guy. Like, when he went in a car, so he talked to the Arabic people. He visited the Arabs and he asked the people, like, I need to invent something which can run faster. All right. So the Arabic people says you need to feed and you need to give better food and the feed to the horses. But he said, no, I need to work on a machine which can run faster than the horses. All right. So these are amazing, greatest thought leaders. All right. They brought a 360-degree shifting on the globe. So the purpose of their innovation, the purpose of their greatest idea, always about the humanity. They always wanted to bring a shifting for the humanity. Well, so if you want to become the greatest thought leader, so the first thing, like, you have to work on yourself. You're gonna become a greatest speaker. All right, speaker doesn't mean like who are you are just speaking. It involves a lot of things. To become a speaker, it means like you're gonna be influential. The way you speak, it always has an impact on the other people. So if you want to become powerful and the global thought leader, so you first need to become the powerful presenter, speaker, trainer, and the coach. So if you can do this, and if you like on the TED Talk, if you can present ideas, so people would definitely come up and then they would pick up your idea. They're gonna help. They're gonna become your help. They're gonna empower you more, or you can empower humanity by sharing, by pouring out the greatest ideas. So first, you're gonna become a great speaker. To become greatest speaker, so the bottom line, what most people don't learn, that is the body language. People need to know how to use your body, because people don't know what you say. Even people forget what you say, but people remember how do you say. All right, because if you're speaking of something which is impactful, because you speak to make an impact, you train people to make an impact. You want to get people onto the next level consciousness. You want to bring more and more insightfulness into their life. You want to get them onto the next level. And next level even is not the final one. All right. So the purpose is you speak to make an impact, and you can make an impact through your body, because body speak 93% and you speak just 7%. Words, your body, your hands movement, the way you use your hands. So you need to learn. It's a package. Okay. To become a speaker, the presenter, you need to know, all right, where to pause and how to interact with the people, all right, and how to become more authentic, because authenticity is the greatest issue for last 500 years with the people. So coaching is also the greatest idea, because I personally believe in the service coaches. Coaches is the greatest. They're the greatest leaders. They always help people how to do it. They are demonstration, all right, I'll, like Johnson Maxwell says, like, first, if you're going to become great leader, the great coach, first you do it and you show up to the person. Then you ask that person to do it and you see it. And then you ask him like to do alone. And then you pick up another person and ask him to see what he is doing. And then so you repeat that process. So the coaching is the greatest idea to help people. Like, I've been helping humanity, like, to speak up like native speakers, because I knew, like, because I had a background from the business processing outsourcing industry, BPO, business process outsourcing industry. So been working in like subcontinent. So what happened, like the biggest challenge, like for the corporate companies in the United States was like to hire people from the developing countries, all right, and to develop and to have set up of their call center. They pick up the people. So we've been like giving training to such people like how to speak like native speakers. Why? Because by the end of the day, if you are inbound caller, right? You inbound mean you gonna give a call, all right? You will receive a call from the clients, all right? And you gonna serve people by information and the knowledge, the product knowledge, and the service knowledge. And the second option you know like is the outbound calling, where you just have the leads and you start calling people and you sell your products. Okay, so the call center industry was the greatest challenge like 2 decades ago, and we trained people to speak like native speakers, and then like it created a lot of spikes in the economy in developing countries and the developed countries, and we trained thousands of people who could show up, and they've been showing up to the United States people and people from all over the globe. So speaking was a skill. To speak like native speaking to speak like native speaker is a skill, and anybody can develop this skill. So we develop a lot of people, and this way we develop the greatest business leaders, and we open up lots of outlets and subcontinents, including China, India, and it it brought a massive change in economic perspective and in employment perspective and in the connection perspective, in the public relation, in the profitable relation. Okay, so it could bring an enormous change. So if you want to become the greatest thought leader, so the first thing like what you can do is, because a lot of people they're born with greatest ideas, but it was a misfortune with such people because they couldn't speak up to the people. They couldn't speak up because of native accent, or they couldn't speak up because they were not good at speaking English. Well, so uh, you need to have some vision, and you need to know like what, where are you looking, where are you going, because it doesn't matter where you come in, the thing matters where you're going in your life. So it could help a lot personally. So it's the greatest skill you can develop, and it's a skill like you know how to type on a keyboard, how to drive a car, and how to use iPhone. So these are the skills. There are two types of skills. Okay, minor skill and a major skill. So speaking comes into the major skills in today's world, because if you can speak up and if you can make an impact and you know how to like promote your product, how to sell your product, how to become more impactful for the people, it's gonna help you a lot. So in the meanwhile, you need to develop some content for the LinkedIn. I've completed hundreds of my articles on LinkedIn when I just started up to become, and I was thinking like to become a most influential person in the world. Seriously, I had no idea what I'm becoming, because I had one great idea in my mind, like because I was so inspired with the greatest leaders like Les Brown, or obviously, Tony Robbins. So they inspired me a lot. So I could pick up their videos and I could do like what they're doing. So I could see a lot of people like and what they were doing like in this industry. So LinkedIn, I personally I have a lot of gratitude for Reid Hoffman, because after coming LinkedIn to the market, I could place myself everywhere in the world. Congratulations, Reid Hoffman. Later on, it was sold off. Well, he became a billionaire afterwards. So LinkedIn, which the greatest idea is, you also can link it up with the people. You like the social media. But the Facebook helped me a lot in my last 2 decades. I could connect with the top tycoons, the top greatest people in my life, and I could learn, because these are my learning channel. It's now more than the connection book or the Facebook. It's not the social media, it's not the social marketing book, okay? Because a lot of company they thought rather we like just go for the websites they have. They are coming up with affiliated marketing, okay, on the Facebook or the social media. All right. So the LinkedIn is the greatest platform. You can write free articles. Okay, and it will create definitely a blast in your life. So at the same time, uh, you need to reflect on the kind of thought leader you want to be because there are many type of thought leaders. Uh, I personally feel thought leaders they are unlimited. A lot of people they complain maybe the thought leader they don't have focus on one thing. Yeah, it can be, but at the same time because they have a service heart, they have the gold heart. They want to bring change on the globe. So it doesn't matter like whatever the problem or the challenge they take up, they start working. All right, they have the better strategy in their mind. All right, so you need to know what kind of thought leader like you're becoming, like you're going to become the storyteller or um, keynote speaker or the motivational speaker, okay, the trainer, presenter. The choice is yours, like, okay? Or you're going to become the transformational speaker, or you want to become, you want to bring more mindfulness into the people's life. Because in today's world, like we have learned, that mindfulness is we are lacking in mindfulness. Why? Because the number of failures we can overcome if you have the mindfulness approach, if you can practice mindfulness. Why? Because it brings more vividability, more vividness into your work. Well, so next is you would start writing articles, okay? And there's multiple websites, okay? I remember I started writing Addicted to Success. You can start your own website and start blogging and come up with some greatest ideas, all right? Because um, you know the people's challenges, their problems, okay, and their situations. That's why you knew. You start working on the solutions. All right. So create an established brain. What is your brain? By end of the day, you are the brain. Okay. In today's world, as we know, we are suffering a couple of challenges. Number one, we got to become the brain. We got to become brain. We need to create identity. All right, like who I am and what I'm doing. All right, the next challenge is the networking. You need to get connected. Like in my last 9 months, I have a different story. Before 9 months, I have a different story. I've been like in speaking domain for last couple of decades, but my last 9 to 10 months are entirely different. Why? Because now I'm connected with like the coach Diana, like she is running the grid space, uh, the Bliss. So Bliss Center. So yes, you can, and the leadership. So I'm connected now with my networks. Now I have my people where I can speak. I know where should I speak now. So I have now my audience, and as much as like I'm speaking more and more on these greatest networks, I'm getting more and more clients and more people they are approaching, they're emailing me like to speak up in their conferences. Why? Because I'm coming up with a different ideas and a different philosophies about the solution of the problems and the challenges we are going through in our life. So I love to speak up in conferences because it brings a lot of positive vibes and energy into my life. So this is what I could learn in my last 9 months. Now my profile is totally changed. My profile is totally changed. If you go to browse my profile on Facebook, you see 10 months ago I had a different kind of commentators and the commenters and the likers, okay, and the people were sharing my profile. They were totally different people. But today, for last 10 months, I have a different networks, different kind of people from my industry, speaking industry. They are commenting my profile, my posts, my videos, and my audios. and my all kind of posts or whatever I am celebrating with my friends. So in last 10 months, my friends are totally changed. So I'm now in my real world where I should be connected with my people. Okay. So at the same time, you need to focus on sustainable media. So the most sustainable media mean like the most improvising, the most benefited. We definitely like you will get people like you. All right, if you will post, you will come up with some ideas. People will come and discuss. So at the same time, you need to develop uh, something what for what you can stand out. Okay, some you need to have some different point of view. Definitely we all are living with opinions. Okay, we don't know about the facts, but we all are thinking. The thought leaders, they are thinking about humanity, they're thinking about the people, they're thinking about the world. They want to make this world a conducive place for our next generation. They want to make this world a place where our next generation can flourish, can excel, can live comfortably because we all are continuity. All right, so we are continuity of someone. So now we are becoming continuity of our ideas and thoughts for next generation. So we have to make this world a beautiful place, a worth living place, and a place where people can love, can take care of each other. Because taking care of each other and living together are the basic ideas. And if you see in today's world and all the creations, all the greatest ideas came to gel the people. All ideas came up and we could know about them. Why? Because people had a feeling. So you need to have a different point of view. I mean, you need to have different. Doesn't mean like you are doing something to be different. No, it means like you come up with a better solution. If you want to become the greatest thought leader, I want to give you one greatest idea. It's a $1 billion idea. Always challenge your established thoughts. If you can't challenge your established thoughts, your norms, you definitely, how can you help people like to go on to the next level? So you need to think about your life. All right, you always need to understand the perspectives of people, how they are thinking, and how can you help them like to go on to the next level. All right, so uh, this is the philosophy. You know, you need to challenge the established thoughts. You need to challenge yourself. You need to challenge people that let's come out, let's stand out to do something better, to bring out something better onto the table, better solution for the humanity. Well, so discover some highest impact medium. Like I feel like the Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram are the most impactful. Definitely YouTube as well. So it's bringing like a lot of impact and a lot of people are connected. Almost everybody, in the world, like they have M technology, they have the master's technology, they have a mobile phones in their hands. Like so, it's impact. If you have a mobile phone, Android cellular phone, then definitely you would have apps in your cell phone. You would have WhatsApp, and today the people are building up communities to WhatsApp. If you really go on any Facebook page or the websites, it always helps you to become part of their community. Even today, I'm becoming part of so many people's networks through the WhatsApp. At the same time, connected like on Facebook. Okay, so they are the most powerful and impactful medium can help you to get connected with your like-minded, goal-minded, okay, and the soul-minded people because they're gonna help you. If you are spending your time with the people and they have the different dreams, okay, if you don't have the likewise dream, you are seriously wasting your time, money, and energy. So better off to choose always the people thinking like you. You need to find out your like-minded people, your soul-minded people, your goal-minded people, your goal-minded friends, where you can share your ideas, and you will always will love to go on to the next step. And they always encourage you to bring more greatness into your work because they always encourage you. They are from your domain. While so consistently you need to share some genuine stories. If you go on my Facebook account, Mike Lichtman, or if you go on a Mike Versity, my page, you will see the different stories based on reality. soon I will start my program on my Litman reality show. So we are born to share some genuine story, what can help people because so the biggest fear is we knew a lot of people feel maybe the greatest fear is like to jump from the top or maybe other fears, but I want to tell you in the top 10 fears. So, number one fear is to share your personal story with other people. People always share their successful part, they don't want to share their failure story. So, we all are because of story. So, you are a story, I'm a story. Coach Herdiana is the story. She is becoming the greatest, world's most impactful story. She is bringing greatest people on. The Bliss Education Centers, the people are speaking up there. So she is helping, like she's becoming that decoder, like conveying our voice, like to the humanity, to the people in Indonesia, or in United States, everywhere in the world. So you are a story. I'm a story. If you are watching this program, this story, it's also a story. I'm a story. I had a story. And I've been listening stories. I am because of the stories I've been listening. So everyone have a story. So you are born to share your story with the humanity. Reason why? Because you want to bring impact. You want to make this world a conducive place. You want to bring more happiness into the people's life. You want to bring more productivity into the people's life. So you would share your genuine story to the people, and you would help people to stop and to learn from your story and help them to stop their bad story, because everyone needs to become a greater story for the generation next. So always share the genuine stories of your stories. Like I had started a program, 100 top stories, and I'm sharing with the youth and with universities and education, like everywhere in the world, because we learn through stories. NLP says people listen your story until it's over. All right. So people believe in your story. So always come up with the greatest stories. Well, so utilize podcasts to establish a personal brand. All right. So your podcast, like I am every day almost, having a podcast. Okay, I'm going live like today. I'm live. Okay, and I'm going for the greatest podcast leadership. So you need to know. All right, you need to come up with a podcast. You need to come up with the interviews. You need to share the stories. How could you develop your brain? So utilize podcasts to establish a personal brand, because you are a brain. You are sold out in the market. People listen stories from your mouth. You are the brand. Okay. So next, always reveal some natural strengths. All right. You don't need to taking more time. No, you need to know your natural strength. You need to know your natural strength. You need to know your strength. You need to know your strength. You need to know who you are. You need to know what can you bring to this world. You need to know like what one big problem can't allow you to sleep longer. What one big problem is holding you back. You need to know. You need to know. You need to question yourself every day, and always work on your natural strengths. Why? Because we work on natural talents. Okay, you gonna be more productive. All right, you can bring more than 100% to this world because you are born to live your life to the fullest potential. If you want to live your life to the fullest potential, you need to work on your natural strengths because it's quite easy to develop them. All right, and if you know your natural strength, then work more hard on it, right? Because now you will get more out of it. Well, so define your differentiating value, because you are born to add values into the people's lives. So you need to figure it out. You need to know. You need to define. Once it defined, it gets more easy to float yourself into the market. to serve yourself as a brand. All right, it would help you to get more connected with the new networks. First, you need to know who you are. You need to know what you love most and what you really, 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 really love to do. It's gonna help you to really to become the greatest and the global thought leader. You're going to be the greatest help to the humanity. So now you need to strategically you need to arrange interviews like with your industry people. All right, so almost every day I come into the market, I'm coming to my Facebook and I'm uploading my posters, uploading my flyers, I'm showing up my intimacy and I'm complimenting more and more people. All right, so and I'm arranging more and more my interviews with more and more people. All right, so there I'm grabbing and I'm channelizing myself and having more and more clients and customers. Like as I told you, like 10 months before, I had a different kind of people. They were commenting on my profile, but today they are totally different people. It's because I am interviewing myself with the people and I'm helping people to know my story and how can they develop their story. So this is what I love to do, and I help people like doing all this. So create an action plan, build a specific network. So I'm pretty lucky. Reason why I am really onto the greatest networks where I'm connected with the greatest people, and they are really helping me. They're inviting me to the different platforms, and I'm speaking up in different conferences and webinars and workshops and the trainings. Otherwise, I was going live, but now I am much satisfied, though it's a death. So I feel like I'm on to the next level, but I'm not yet happy. I gotta go on to the next level. So levels are never ended. Okay, so hi, Herdiana, you are
Yes,
there.
yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Hello, hello, hello.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so
Can you hear
I
me?
want to share some attributes and qualities of the global thought leader. So I will try to sum up within a short time. Thing, the greatest thought leaders they have the deepest expertise. Um, they go one mile ahead. All right, they always love to go ahead. They have the deepest knowledge. Hello, are you there?
Yes, yes. I'm here.
All
Can
right.
you hear
So I
me?
will share a couple of things. Okay. Yes.
Okay.
All right. So to become the greatest thought leader, like they have the deepest expertise in their domain. Like I've been working like on as a philologist. I've started my career. Yeah. Hello.
Yes, yes. You can continue. We can listen to you.
Hello.
Yes, yes. Hello? You can continue. I can hear
Hi.
your voice.
Yeah. Okay. So I will share a couple of points. Then we will conclude it. Okay. So number one is yeah. You need to, yes. You need to yes. Yes. I can hear you now. Can you speak a bit louder?
Okay, okay. Test, test. Can you hear me now? Is it clear? Wait, hold on.
Hello.
Yes, yes. Can you hear me?
Okay, so you need to develop some deep expertise, all right? You need to know in the details, all right? So then it would help you to become the greatest thought leader. You must be visionary thinking, all right? Vision means you can see better than other people, all right? You have a better visualization about something, about some idea, about solution, and about the possibilities of life. Next is you need to bring innovation. All right, innovative ideas. Innovative means the ideas which are
Hello? Oh, I think there's internet connection issue. Mike, can you hear my voice? Okay. I think there is an internet connection issue as Mike got out of the link meeting, but I'm sure he's going to come back. Let me message him. So I hope so far all of you have learned something from today's session because Mike has shared a great topic and also his experience about how we can communicate for the thought leadership. Okay, I will try to message him. Welcome back, Adijato. We are waiting our trainer to go back because I think he got an internet connection issue. Professor Noda said that she can hear my voice. Okay. So while waiting Mr. Mike to come back to this presentation, I'd like to highlight a point where he stated about like we need to make article on LinkedIn, for example, or posting or joining in a podcast and so on. As he said that from the last 9 months, actually his Facebook timeline or commentators are different compared to before when he got engaged to the social media even more. So I think it's true when we have to engage and also be in a platform where we can be seen. Okay, because as a thought leader, we have to share our thought, we have to share our stories too, so like Mr. Mike already mentioned. Because if we don't know how to share our stories, then how can other people can learn from us? That's why we need to maybe write article, maybe join a podcast, share our stories, or join in any kind of the international events and join as a speaker, share our knowledge, share our thoughts as well. So we can be a really full of wealth of knowledge. Okay, so let me check whether Mr. Mike can be back. Okay, as he confirmed that his presentation was done actually, but maybe before close his presentation he got connection issues. So to sum up his presentation in today's session, I'd like to appreciate my gratitude to the trainer and also to all of you who are listening and also who is going to watch our recording session from today's session. So as a thought leader, communication is truly important. Like how can we speak to other? Because we only, I think like 99% we can influence other people by the way we talk. So the communication process is truly important for all of us and we have to maintain it. Maybe as a thought leader, you want to find what is actually the core style of your communication. And that's okay if you say like, I want to be a little bit warmer or cooler compared to a year ago, compared to 5 months ago, then that's fine. Okay? As long as you know exactly what is the best and also most comfortable way of communication that you can do. Okay? So because our transcends couldn't go back to close his presentation. So I'd like to end off this session. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much, Professor Nada, for joining until the end of the session. Thank you so much. For the next or the last session, I will keep posted on a WhatsApp group. Okay. Hi, thank you so much. Can you hear me? Yes, okay. That's great. So we come to the end, and I'd like to close this session. I hope all of you have a good day, have a good weekend, and thank you so much once again for joining. Bye bye.